The Gen 3 S550s are still, in every way, shape, or form, better than the 2020 GT500. I'm going to explain why. With these Gen 3 S550s, they already make 460 horsepower. In fact, American Muscle did a little dyno test with it, right? They added a cold air intake, some long tube headers, and a tune. This thing made 500 horsepower naturally aspirated. Now, you combine that 500 horsepower with like a, let's say like a 2.8 liter Whipple, 2.6 liter Whipple, right? And you immediately have like an 850 horsepower monster, especially when you add a 340 LPH fuel pump, some drag radials, drag slicks, right? And, you know, that 10-speed auto that comes with these things are absolutely bulletproof. They're insane. 10-speed Mustangs are pretty much the top of the food chain, dog. And the best part about it, you can find these cars for like $40,000 or under. Ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about the most overpowered, scariest fucking contraption in the history of any Need for Speed game, aside from the Crown Victoria, which some fucking reason is able to catch anything in the game. Need I remind you, the Need for Speed Most Wanted game is like a Run from Georgia State Patrol fucking simulator. 2 of these will ruin your fucking day. It'll be like if somebody called in an airstrike on Call of Duty to ruin your score streak. But how would a Rhino unit work in real life? You already know Georgia State Patrol would be the first ones to implement this monstrosity. They would need 2 BMW X6Ms with about 100 extra horsepower, a reinforced front end, and a fucking battering ram. It'll probably be the scariest fucking thing that you've ever seen. All of a sudden, 12 of these spawn behind you while you're running from Georgia State Patrol. Let's also not forget, they already invincible with these Scat Packs, these Hellcats, these fucking RTs and shit like that. They'll pit maneuver the fucking moon with this if they could. In 1997, we saw the introduction of the C5 Corvette, but what was special was not the car, but what was under the hood of this beautiful machine. Under the hood was the 3rd generation of small block Chevy, aka the 5.7 liter LS1. This thing laid forth the foundation for all of the Vortec engines and all of the other LS engines to come. This is the father of all of them. In the early 2000s, a stage 3 or 4 cam, ported intake manifold, bigger valves, ported heads, long tube headers, and your C5 or your F bodies, man, listen, you were making close to 500 horsepower to the crank. Oh, and trust me, these LSs were beating these shit out of these 2-valve Mustangs and all these other vehicles in the early 2000s. But when 2003 got here, Ford said enough is enough, and the 2-valve Mustang went and got his older brother that likes to fight everybody and just got out the army. The Terminator Cobra got here in 2003, and it changed the course of history. This is the greatest Cobra of all time. Do y'all not understand what I'm talking about? This thing made 390 horsepower and 390 foot-pounds of torque. All the Ford guys got their get back with the Terminator Cobra. Why? Because the engine that SVT threw in this thing had forged internals, fully forged internals, 4 valves per cylinder and a supercharger. And if you just so happen to replace that supercharger with a Kenny Bell, like a 2.3 or 2.6 liter supercharger, you're looking at anywhere from 700 to 800 horsepower. Just that easily. All you needed was more fueling and a tune. And they were whooping LS asses for 2 years straight, all the way until they ended production in 2004. They only made these things for 2 years. So think about this for a second, right? The 4 valves used to be like the highest trim. That was like top performance by Ford, right? But now it's standard in all of Ford's vehicles. And it's all because of the Terminator Cobra. See, the formula that these Ford guys use is the same as with the Terminator Cobra. You find a supercharger, you throw it on your Coyote, you give it more fueling, and bam, you got 750 horsepower on tap. One question. Why y'all not Hellcat swapping the Dodge Intrepids? This is like that ugly phase when you first start growing your dreads. You get them twisted down, yeah. Nah, bro. When the Chrysler 300 and the Dodge Charger RT from 2006 got here, y'all hurry up and got rid of y'all Dodge Intrepids. You talking about blown head gaskets, oil leaks, fucking alternator issues, transmission problems. Dodge Intrepid is the physical manifestation of an Atlanta stripper breaking into a secure facility, but the sound of her ass cheeks triggered the... No, the Dodge Intrepid is the physical manifestation of an Atlanta stripper breaking into a secure facility, and the sound of her ass cheeks clapping when she walked triggered the alarm. Oh, bro, it looked like it looked like somebody at Dodge at the time saw a Corvette and said, "Watch me draw this shit from memory." If you see any of these on the road today, I could almost guarantee you the owner knows how to fight. I never understand how people move by racetracks and then complain because it's too loud. You stupid motherfucker. That's like going to the club and complaining about the women being naked. Your stupid ass knew what you signed up for. And then some of y'all grown ass men complaining about the noise. Your neighbors can't even do a cold start without you coming over there the next day knocking on their door talking about how it's too loud. Can you kind of tone it down? You step in my motherfucking yard, we gonna be scrapping like a motherfucker. Me, you, your granddaddy, your grandmama, your auntie, your wife and kids, all us just gonna be fighting in my front yard because you're not gonna knock on my motherfucking door or come to a racetrack and tell me that my shit too loud and I need to tone it down. You're not gonna do that. This Civic is absolutely scary. Yeah, it is. It weigh a grocery store bag full of stepmom queefs while being nastier than Judge Judy's search history. This is a Civic EX coupe making 550 horsepower with a boosted K20A. If you see a Honda guy or gal on their computer at a car meet, best believe they loading up that Two Rabbits fucking tune. This man's tires have more grip than a Las Vegas hooker after some tightening surgery. It's also on E85. That's right, his gas smell like a rodeo clown shitted in a hand and smacked a police sheriff. But comment below, I want to see, do you think you could beat this boosted Civic? This OBS truck make 1,500 angry fleas worth of horsepower. Listen to me, fleas are worse than cockroaches and bed bugs. Them bitches relentless. They don't give a fuck who they gnaw on. But bitch, why you bite me? Now you at your side, bitch, house fight her fleas. And it's heavily influenced by the Smuggler's Run massive truck. Squatted truck guys need to take notes. It's lifted front and back. It doesn't look like it has erectile dysfunction. You pop the hood of this diet monster truck, and what you'll find is a Stroker 5.3 with twin turbos and a 75 shot. I'm gonna go ahead and state the obvious. A 75 shot of nitrous is the pettiest shit that I've ever heard in my life. That's like a bump of coke to this car. I need y'all to follow the builder, King Castro Forever. He also make blueprints for any car you could think of. So you want to, build some crazy ass 500 horsepower Hemi 5.7 or 6.4 Hemi or Honda K24. It doesn't matter what engine it is. Dude can make blueprints for your car. Make sure you hit him up. Love y'all.